Hempfest! Happy Hempfest! Oh boy, happy Hempfest, guys! This is huge. This is your personal freedoms at work. You think this stage gets built out of midair? Look at all these Canna warriors around you, volunteering their time, putting their energy into this effort, which is called cannabis freedom. So celebrate. Today is our day. Tomorrow's our day. Every day should be our day.
Yeah.
I was trying to think why, what I want to talk to you guys about and why I'm up here. You know, I'm thinking to myself, last year I was just out there, a vendor, handing out cards, giving out information, telling people, keep Washington green.
Yeah.
Right? People were like, what do you mean keep Washington green? We just legalized it. Does this look like legalization to you? Why? Because you're fleeing to the rocks and under the trees to smoke some freaking cannabis? Well, you know what? I'm really proud of our Hempfest crew and our Hempfest staff because they're keeping our freedoms alive and our dreams alive, and they're doing their thing. And you know what? This reminds me of years past in Hempfest when we still celebrate our freedoms and we still smoke cannabis where we want to and how we want to. And we're going to continue to do that. So celebrate today. I have a main message to you. This battle is not done. We have a lot of work to do. There's a recreational scheme which we have in our state where you can purchase cannabis. That's great. I voted for that. I'm fighting for that. I know business owners that are putting in their due diligence. I also know some really lame business owners that are doing some poor stuff for our industry, but we won't talk about that right now. What we will talk about is the fact that just because we can buy it in a store doesn't mean it's free. I want to grow it in my backyard. I want to smoke it where I want to. I bet you do too. 1.7 million people in this state voted for I-502, and about 3/4 more of that still think that you can grow plants in this state just because you don't have a medicine card. You know what? I think we all need to get educated about what our public policy is, what our state policy is, and get involved. I know one thing's for sure. I clambered up to the state politics this last year and observed the most dysfunctional state legislative session in the entire history of Washington State. We went through 3 sessions. That's 1 session plus 2 more. And we couldn't even figure out our state taxes. And in fact, if you're watching, the state Supreme Court just sued our state legislature $100,000 a day until they figure out how to educate our freaking kids. I'm upset. I am a citizen. I voted for cannabis freedom. They're taxing it, and they can't even educate my kids. I want you guys to get involved because this is not going to end. We need to go up there and tell them, I want my cannabis. I don't want it to be shoved through a tax-regulated system and come out dirty. I want to have my rights. And we're not going to get our rights until we get up there, we clamor up there and tell all of them, this is how I want it, and I want it right now. Because if we don't do that, what they're going to do is they're going to do what they did to 502. They're going to stifle it. They're going to throw 54% in this state into default of a state law. That's actually in conflict with our state constitution. If you read Article 11, Section 11, it's only 2 lines long, so please look it up. It says, no jurisdiction can pass laws that are outside of general law. That means they cannot ban cannabis. They cannot ban our rights to safe access. They cannot do what they're doing. And we need to go into those city councils and those county commissioners. We need to tell them, you are wrong. It says so right here in our Constitution. And I don't care what organization and what attorney general comes out with any opinion, our citizen rights stand. Get involved with me, guys. It's not that hard. I only put in a couple of days a week. I still do a lot of fun things. I work with awesome people every day, and people share cannabis with me every day. And when they do that, they break the law. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be free. I want to be a person, I want to be a professional, I want to be whoever I want to be and have the right to cannabis. And I want you to have that right too, right? I want you to pay attention to one other thing. In Denver, Colorado, maybe they're doing it right, maybe they're doing it wrong, but one thing they are doing is they got a general ballot to a local level to consume cannabis in public at any location that has any other smoking. So if you are in a cafe or a restaurant and they have a smoking area, you can consume cannabis out there if it's okay with that owner of that entity, right, of that establishment. So think about that, guys. We're all around here frustrated. We just want to smoke some cannabis. We have to go over here to the rocks. We have to go over there. You know, they can serve alcohol, they can tax alcohol, but they can serve cannabis? No, what is going on here? We need to check this out. It only takes, 3,700 citizens in the city of Denver? I bet you it takes a little bit around that here in Seattle. So I'm going to ask you one last thing. If you care about cannabis and you care about freedom of cannabis, get involved.